objects, or participating in other acts in conflict with good sportsmanship, safety, and fair play are subject to ejection and prosecution. Your cooperation is greatly appreciated.
Good afternoon. Please direct your attention to the field today as we introduce starting lineups between Southwest Community College and Etowah Community College. Leading out, leading off for Southwest, number 5, Maggie Wilkes, playing right field. Batting second is number 1, Liberty Collingham, playing shortstop. Batting third, number 19, Alyssa Leggett, playing third base. Batting fourth, number 20, Corin Talbot, playing your pitcher. Batting fifth, number 15, Kate Clements, playing your catcher. Batting sixth, number 21, Allie Ladner, your DP. Batting seven, number 16, Aaron Acey, playing left field. Batting eight, number 27, Abby Pavey, playing first base. Batting ninth, number 11, Maylee Chase Faulkner, playing second base. And then the flex position, 00, Lauren Roebuck at center field. And now for your Indians. Leading off, a sophomore from Orville, Mississippi, playing center field, number 11, Lakeland Nichols. Batting second, a sophomore from Pontotoc, Mississippi, playing left field, number 1, Jory McKnight. Batting third, a freshman from Biloxi, Mississippi, catching, number 13, Maddie Porter. Batting fourth, a freshman from Costa, Mississippi, in the DP position, number 19, Eddie Marler. Batting fifth, a freshman from Jackson, Tennessee, playing third base, number 18, Taylor Shan. Batting sixth, a sophomore from Pontotoc, Mississippi, playing first base, number 14, Sadie Stiegel. Batting seventh, a freshman from Madison, Mississippi, playing shortstop, number 20, Emma Duhan. Batting eighth, a sophomore from Memphis, Tennessee, playing right field, number 10, Taylor Graham. Batting ninth, a sophomore from Russellville, Alabama, playing second base, number 2, Jenna Whitfield. And their pitcher, a sophomore from Jackson, Tennessee, number 7, Alyssa Cliff. Led by head coach Carson Owens, assisted by Madison Munson. Please rise for the national anthem.
Join us for Chop Day at ICC on April 24th at Eaton Field for a day filled with great food, exciting football, and community fun. From 11 a.m. to 1 p.m., enjoy a variety of food trucks at the Crane Pavilion with the first 200 students eating for free. Then, starting at 6 p.m., Butch Lambert Stadium opens with a free kids zone, concessions, and Chick-fil-A available for purchase. At 6:30, catch the ICC football team scrimmage, followed by Chop Like It's Hot, an on-field dance party featuring DJ Cole from 7:30 to 9 p.m. That's Chop Day at Itawamba Community College, April 24th.
Are you looking for a place
that creates lifelong friendships? A place that feels like home.
A place that drives you to new opportunities.
That teaches you skills to improve.
A place that sets the standard.
That challenges you to be better every day.
A place full of opportunity.
We are that place. We are Itawamba Community College, and you belong here.
Good afternoon and roll Tribe, ICC fans, as we're just moments away from that Guaranteed Bank opening pitch here in game one between ICC and Southwest. That first pitch going to miss outside for a ball. It comes your way at 12:58. So it's a 12:58 start to the contest here in game one between ICC and Southwest. I'm Adam Gore. Just me in the broadcast booth today. We'll hopefully have a couple of alumni come by throughout the afternoon as that pitch misses low for a ball. As this Alumni Day here at the ballpark, absolute beautiful day here at Andy Kirk Field. I know Coach Kirk planning on being here today. Going to see some of the former players. Courtney Dawson here in the house. As we wait the 2-0 pitch here, and that one in there for strike. 2-1 now is the count. Well, I always say when you come to the ballpark, you're going to see something you've never seen before. And before the game even started, I guess we can say we've already seen something we've never seen before. The coach from Southwest, as this ball fouled off for strike two, the coach from Southwest refusing to give the lineup before the start of the game. Never have I ever seen that before. So we do have the lineups. We're going to try to bring those to you the best we can. You heard the starting lineups called. We got those literally seconds before the starting lineup was called out here this afternoon. This pitch fouled off, out of play, will sit at 2-2. Alyssa Clift in the circle here for ICC. This is Wilkes, who is playing in right field, starting us off here. 2-2 pitch on its way. This one lifted up, and it's going to be chased down and caught out in right field for out number one. That was Graham out there in right field, able to chase that one down, one away here in the top of the first inning. We will try to give you the Tupelo Coca-Cola Bottling Works starting lineups here in the exchange of the innings like we traditionally do. As now this will be Gillian, the shortstop, coming to the plate now. Stands in and takes that pitch high for a ball. Take a look at some stats on Clift. She is 14-5. This is her 20th appearance of the year. Her 19th game that she has started. As we'll await the next pitch to continue those stats. It's in there for a strike. She's got a 1.95 ERA. She's given up 87 hits, 38 runs, 32 of those earned. She's walked 29, has struck out an impressive 138 to those 29 walks. And those are your stats being brought to you by the Orthopedic Institute of North Mississippi. There's a line shot off the glove of the third baseman. Going to have to hurry. Throw over is in time. Great play there. Let's go back and look at that one on the Little Caesars instant replay. As you see there, kind of jammed her up for a second, didn't panic, and a beautiful job over there by Shands, showing off that strong arm to get out number two here in the inning. And so now with 2 away, this will bring Leggett to the plate. She is playing third base as that pitch high for a ball. 1-0 is the count. Baseball in action today. They'll be down at Southwest. That's a 2 o'clock Guaranteed Bank opening pitch. So 1-0 is the count here to Leggett. That pitch runs inside, finds enough of the zone for a strike. 1-1 now is the count. So 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 outs. Nobody on here in the top of the first. ICC and Southwest getting things going here this afternoon in conference play. Southwest comes in with a record of 13-23, but they're still in the chase for the playoffs as that pitch in there for a strike. 1-2 now is the count. They're at 7-11 in conference play. ICC 23-15 on the season. They're at 8-11, and of course was not able to get that second game in against Coahoma as that pitch outside for a ball. 2-2 now is the count. So that game is to be determined on when it will be made up. Of course, there was some ruling going on with some of the games earlier this season with Coahoma that didn't make it 5 innings, so those games had to become a forfeit for those teams that didn't go all 5 with Coahoma. They still got the win, but unfortunately those stats that were put up in some of those games will not count towards their season stats now. So 3-2 is the count. Cliff's pitch popped up and out of play, or excuse me, off the netting, and we'll keep it here as the count will stay 3-2. We're in the top of the first inning. 3-2 is the count. And that one jammed off the hands of the batter. Cliff gets it, zips it across, and gets it out. Nice job there by Alyssa to come up and get the final out of the inning there. That was a tough bat. Look, it actually came off the hands of the batter there. So hopefully Leggett is okay. 1-3 on the official putout for those of you that might be scoring at home. No runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left on base there for Southwest in the top half of the first. Take a look at today's Tupelo Coca-Cola Bottling Works starting lineups, and we'll start with the visiting Southwest Bears coming to town here. As we said, we didn't get these until the, when I say minutes, I'm talking about maybe 2 or 3 minutes before the starting lineups and national anthems were called out today. So unique situation for our PA guy. Appreciate Braylon doing the best he could to get those out to you. So it was Wilkes starting us off. She's in right field. Gillian is the shortstop, and Leggett is at third base. Those were your first 3 batters that you just saw there in the top of the first. Then 4 through 9 will look like this. Talbot, she will be pitching. Clements will be catching. Ladner will be the DP. Acey will be out in left field. Peavy will be the first baseman. And looks like Faulkner, it's tough to read the name. Let's check the number and name. Yes, Mally Chase Faulkner will be at second base. She'll be batting ninth. The flex position today will be in center field, and that is Roebuck. So that is your starting lineup there for Southwest. For ICC, it'll look like this. Nichols in center, McKnight in left, Porter at catching, Marler the DP, Shands at third, Stegall at first, Duhan is at short, Graham in right field, and Whitfield will be at second. Alyssa Cliff pitching here in game 1. We've already talked about the numbers for Alyssa Clift. Of course, when we talk about that, we have to remind you of the Orthopedic Institute of North Mississippi, helping you get back in the game. Visit OINMS.com. We'll take a look at the numbers for Talbot here in a moment. As Nichols will start us off, she takes that first pitch high for a ball. Lakeland batting .260 on the season. And she is going to be hit by a pitch to start the contest. Let's take a look at some numbers on Talbot. She comes in with a 5.14 ERA. She's 4-9 on the season. She has pitched 65 in the third innings. She's given up 81 hits, 67 runs. 48 of those have been earned. She's walked 56 and has struck out 72. Those are your Orthopedic Institute of North Mississippi stats there on today's starting pitcher in Corin Talbot. That pitch a little high and outside for a ball. This is bringing McKnight to the plate. Jory batting .342 on the season. We'll dig in with no outs and a runner over at first. And Lakeland Nichols, who has a lot of speed over there. So we wait the pitch. Bunt is shown. The pitch is high. 2-0 now is the count. Lakeland leads the team with 27 stolen bases this season. As 2-0 the count now. Shows bunt, fouls it off. 2-1 will be the count here to McKnight. It is Alumni Day, seeing some of the former ICC softball players making their way out to the field. Saw former assistant coach Kerry Simmons make his way out, stop by and said hi before the start of the game. Always good to see Coach Simmons back home here at ICC. So 2-1 now is the count here to Jory McKnight. Shows bunt, lays it down, and just going to roll foul. Good play there by the catcher, Clements, to let that one go foul. Would have been a tough play for her to scoop it up and try to throw out the speedy McKnight. As that one goes foul, now the count goes 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, no outs, and a runner at first here in the bottom of the first. Game 1 of 2 this afternoon here in Fulton. Swinging and a miss and a clutch strikeout there, and now it's going to be a rundown here on the other end as they're going to get back. Does she get back? No, she does not. And so a strikeout, throw them out in that situation. So that one goes 2-6-4 on the putout. So a double play being brought to you by Little Caesars, as Lakeland a little slow to get up there, as now coach wants to come out and talk to the first base umpire, and he's going to ask for some help. He thought that may have gotten in the way of the attempt to get back to first, so they're going to come back and talk this one over here and see what they come up with as they talk about this. We do want to remind you that the first inning is being brought to you by Raising Cane's in Tupelo. One dream, one love. That's Raising Cane's. They're located there on North Gloucester Street in Tupelo. And they're going to stay with the play. And so now there will be 2 outs in the situation and a nobody on there, as they were trying to get the interference call and couldn't get it.
Up the bat, number 13, Maddie Porter.
And so a big break there, as now this will be Maddie Porter coming to the plate. Maddie catching here in the first game of the day. She's batting .374 on the season. Leads the team with 16 doubles. As that pitch just a bit high for ball 1. So Talbot getting a little bit of help there from the defense to now get 2 outs after hitting Nichols with the pitch to start the inning. And so now with 2 away, Maddie Porter at the dish. That one runs high for a ball. 2-0 now is the count. Good crowds here making their way out to the ballpark today. An absolute Chamber of Commerce-like day for this doubleheader between ICC and Southwest. Matter of fact, it's Amory Railroad Festival week, so there'll be a lot of people coming to this game and then probably dipping out, heading to Amory a little bit later on today. And if you've ever been to the Amory Railroad Festival, or if you're planning on going today and you're listening right now, get an apple fritter for me. Those things are amazing. It's that pitch in there for a strike. Taking the whole way that time was Porter on the 3-1 count. Three balls, 1 strike, and 2 outs. Nobody on here for the Indians in the bottom of the first. And that's going to be a walk. Nice at bat there by Porter to stay patient, draw the walk, and now this will bring up the number 4 batter, the DP, Marlar, coming to the plate. A.B. Marlar batting .343 on the year. She's got 37 hits, 6 doubles. She's second on the team with 6 home runs. So she'll dig in here with a runner at first. Takes that first pitch high for a ball. So 1-0 is the count. That pitch in there for a strike. 1-1 now. Goes the count here to Marlar. Marlar trying to spark a 2-out rally here for the Indians in the bottom of the first. This one hit hard, foul, and Coach Owens thought about getting it, but thought wisely to let that one roll by. So now the count goes 1-2 after the foul ball. So 1 ball, 2 strikes, and 2 outs, and a runner at first. We're in the bottom of the first inning. Southwest looking for the exit. ICC looking to extend the inning here. Marlar pops this one up, back and out of play over the top of us here in the ICC Alumni Association and Foundation broadcast booth. If you'd like to join the Alumni Association, we invite you to visit iccms.edu/alumni. That's iccms.edu/alumni. This one fouled back. Good job finding a piece of that one that time by Marlar. Keeps the count at 1-2. So 1 ball, 2 strikes, and 2 outs. Talbot will toe the rubber and get set to deliver here. And this one hammered deep and high, but it's going to get out of play. And so we'll stay at 1-2 once again here with Marlar. So the count still at 1-2 with 2 outs and a runner at first. That's Porter, who drew a walk in the previous at-bat. That pitch outside evens up the count now at 2-2. Not a bad spot to miss when you got a pitch to burn there if you're Talbot. See if you just couldn't get the aggressive batter to chase one after going high on the last couple of pitches. But a good eye there by A.B. to hold off on that one. Count goes 2-2 with 2 outs. This one popped back again over the top of us here in the ICC Alumni Association and Foundation broadcast booth. Find out how you can contribute to Itawamba Community College by visiting iccms.edu/foundation. That's iccms.edu/foundation. 2-2 stays the count with 2 outs and a runner at first for the Indians. Marlar rips that one, but a great glove over there at third. And they're going to reel that one in for out number 3. Well, Coach Owens wanted to say it was a foul ball, but she did field it in fair territory. And so he's going to give a little bit of a slight argument there before heading back to the dugout. We've played 1 here at ICC. It's 0-0. We'll take a break and be back with more right after this on the ICC Sports Network.
Keep watching. Okay, where's the remote?
Ugh, it's under her arm.
I'm gonna go for it.
So close.
Oh, maybe he can get it. Guess not.
I mean, can you blame him? We're delicious.
Delicious and sugar-free.
Delicious and caffeine-free. Yep. Anyway, about that remote.
Another great Saturday of college football.
You're always pushing yourself. There's no time to rest. You keep moving forward. The only thing better than your last accomplishment is your next.
What's next? What's next?
What's next?
So, Allie, what's next?
I guess we'll see.
Find a bank that's as excited about your future as you are. A bank that asks,
what's next?
Renaissance Bank. Understanding you.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, as we shift now to the top of the second inning. Adam Gore, Raphael Henry, and Casey Smith out taking photos today for ICCimages.com. Cal Brown usually with us, but he is at his buddy's wedding today. Ethan getting married, proud for Ethan, and wish him and his wife the best going forward in life. And so now this will be the 4, 5, 6 batters due up here, as this will be Talbot starting us off for Southwest. First pitch nips the corner for strike. 0-1 is the count here to Talbot. Talbot batting .324 on the season. She's got 34 hits, 10 of those going for a double. This one popped up, lifted. Center fielder's going to go back. Now we'll drift up and squeeze it for the out. One away. So one out now, and this will bring up Clements, the catcher, batting in the 5th spot here for Southwest. This is that first pitch, and it's going to be in there for a strike. 0-1 is the count. And that one in there for a strike, so a nice job by Cliff quickly getting ahead in the count now. 0-2 here to Clements. So winning the 0-2 offering here. That one on that outer edge, not a bad spot to miss. Good eye on the part of Clements to be patient and hold off on that one after those last 2 pitches kind of painted the corner there. 1-2 now is the count. We're at the top of the second, no score here in game 1 between ICC and Southwest. And trying to go back for that corner again, didn't quite get it that time. Clements holds off, and 2-2 now is the count. So waiting the 2-2 pitch here. And yes, she did. Swing and a miss for strike 3. Nice job there as she committed to the pitch. That's the first Renaissance Bank strikeout of the game there for Clift. Renaissance Bank, they are the bank that understands you. Find out why by visiting renaissancebank.com, member FDIC. Now with 2 outs, this will bring Ladner, the DP, to the plate. She takes that first pitch low for a ball from Clift. Ladner, a .330 batter on the year. She has 31 hits, also 10 doubles on the season. Looks at that one. It's across for a strike. Evens up the count now at 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 outs. Nobody on here in the top of the second. ICC and Southwest doing battle here in Game 1 on Alumni Day. 1-1 pitch. That one outside. 2-1 now. Goes the count to Ladner. This second inning is being brought to you by Renaissance Bank, offering you the best banking solutions. Renaissance Bank, understanding you. Member FDIC. Visit renaissancebank.com. This one popped up, sharply hit. Right fielder's going to go over and make the play. Dancing around out there that time as that one kind of got in that air and kind of danced around a little bit, but a nice job out there and right by Graham to get the 3rd out of the inning. We've played 1.5 here in Fulton. We're going to take a break, hear a few words from our sponsors, and be back with more right after this.
At Little Caesars, get a large 2-topping pizza for only $5.99 when you order online. Wait, did I just say $5.99? Get out of here. This pizza's only $5.99. No way! This is $5.99? You're joshing me. You're saying this pizza perfection is only $5.99? Well, you're crazy for this. Hey, pirate, get your hook off my $5.99 pizza. Choose a large two-topping pizza for the unbelievable price of $5.99 when you order online. Only $5.99? What?
Pizza, pizza.
Join us for Chop Day at ICC on April 24th at Eaton Field for a day filled with great food, exciting football, and community fun. From 11 a.m. to 1 p.m., enjoy a variety of food trucks at the Crane Pavilion with the first 200 students eating for free. Then, starting at 6 p.m., Butch Lambert Stadium opens with a free kids zone, concessions, and Chick-fil-A available for purchase. At 6:30, catch the ICC football team scrimmage, followed by Chop Like It's Hot, an on-field dance party featuring DJ Cole from 7:30 to 9 p.m. That's Chop Day at Itawamba Community College, April 24th.
Guaranty Bank, formerly known as First American National Bank, is a proud supporter of ICC Athletics. Visit gbtonline.com. Guaranty Bank, we're more than a bank, we're a community.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, as we head now to the bottom of the second inning. Still no score here between ICC and Southwest. For ICC now to be the 5, 6, 7 batters due up. Shands, Stegall, and Duhan. So Shands will start us off. Looks at that first pitch low for a ball. She comes into the series with a .327 batting average, 32 hits, 10 of those going for a double. Sounds like everybody that I've talked about lately has 10 doubles to their tally this season. As there's a hard hit ball. Second baseman finds it, struggles for a second. Good job not panicking, zipping it over and throwing it out for out number one. Ball kind of took a little bit of a funny hop there on Faulkner. But as we said, didn't panic, kept it in front of her and was able to zip that one away for out number one. And so with one away now, this is going to bring Stegall to the plate. Stegall, a two-sports athlete here, as that first pitch high for a ball. She also a member of the volleyball team. She comes in batting .307 on the year. 23 hits, 5 of those doubles. She does have a triple and 3 home runs to her credit this season. That pitch across for a strike right across the letters. 1-1 now is the count. So 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. Nobody on here for the Indians in the bottom of the second. This one, foul back off the netting, will stay at 1-2. See Coach Andy Kirk in the house, coming back to visit with some of his former players. Imagine this, he's talking to Colin Minga. Minga is somebody that's not short for conversation. 1-2 now is the count here to Stegall. Looks at that pitch, and they're going to call it a strike at the knees, and that's going to be a Renaissance Bank strikeout there. The first of the day for Talbot. And so now with 2 away, this is going to bring, or excuse me, the second of the day, I should say, for Talbot. And this will bring Duhan to the plate. Ella batting .258 on the year, 24 hits, 4 doubles, 2 triples, and 5 home runs. And so she will dig in here, trying to spark a 2-out rally for the Indians in the bottom of the second. That first pitch high for a ball. 1-0 now is the count. It's one of those days, it's a little chilly with the breeze. Sit in the sun, won't need a jacket, but if you find the shaded area, you might need a little bit of a light jacket, if you will. As 2-0 now is the count as that pitch goes high to Duhan, who is playing short here in game 1. Looks at that pitch. It's across for a strike. 2-1 now is the count. Oh, we didn't get a chance to go through our pregame show because we were scrambling to get the lineup set for the PA and the broadcast as that pitch over for a strike. So didn't really come up with our Bank Okolona keys to victory here in game one, and my key to victory for the Lady Indians today is going to be timely hits. Get some runners on the bases today, as right now it's a pitching struggle between both these pitchers, but a timely hit or two could come in and be big for the Indians as this one is fouled off. Bank Okolona has proudly served North Mississippi for more than 90 years. They have locations in Okolona, Houston, Manatee, Bruce, Tupelo, and their newest branch proudly serving Aberdeen and the surrounding areas. That's Bank Okolona, member FDIC. 2-2 pitch, and it's fouled back. Just found a piece of that one, did Duhan, and she knew she kind of chased ball 3 that time, so we'll dig back in here and try to get refocused to spark a 2-out rally. ICC has had a couple of base runners on. One of them was erased after getting caught trying to steal, and then left one stranded as that pitch high for ball 4. So 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Bottom of the second, or excuse me, 3 balls, 2 strikes. This one ripped, and it's going to drop for a base hit. Could go for 2. Duhan rounding first, will hustle in, and that will be a double for Duhan. Clutch hit there for Ella. A 2-out double. First hit of the day for the Indians. And for Duhan, that is her 5th double of the season. And now that'll bring Graham to the plate. Graham is playing in right field, batting in the A spot. She's batting .271 as time is taken here as umpire getting in position. Graham's got 13 hits, 1 double, 1 triple. She does have 10 RBI. Right now would be a stellar time to pick up her 11th of the season. That pitch missing low and outside for a ball. Ella Duhan on the season has stolen 10 bases, but is a threat to steal. Shows bunt, pulls back, takes it for a strike. 1-1 now is the count. 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 outs. Runner at second here for the Indians. First time today either team has had a runner in scoring position. Swing and a miss, strike 2. Good pitch location right there as it's just outside that zone that Graham was looking for. Kind of broke away at the last second. 1-2 now is the count. And there's strike 3, back-to-back pitches she could not hold off on, and that's a clutch Renaissance Bank strikeout, 3rd of the day for Talbot. Speaking of Renaissance Bank, let's take a break and be back with more right after this.
Kirk Herbstreit is a man of many talents. Not only an athlete and a sportscaster, but also an expert cartographer, an amateur alchemist, a surprisingly gifted poet.
What rhymes with encroachment?
But his true talent lies in the art of banking.
With Renaissance Bank's great products, rewards, and easy-to-use online tools, every transaction is a masterpiece.
You might refer to Kirk as a Renaissance man.
But I call myself a Renaissance man.
All right, Little Caesar's Crazy Puffs. Whoa!
Oh! Is this little Becky?
Birthday cake comes in. It is so cute. My dad's eating Crazy Puffs again. Don't ask.
Whoa. Have you tried the new bacon ones? There are bacon ones?
Pizza.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, as we move now to the top of the 3rd inning. Still no score here between ICC and Southwest. 7, 8, 9 batters due up here for the Bears. It'll be AC, the left fielder, starting us off. Takes that first pitch in there for a strike from Alyssa Clift. Well, ICC got a double out of Duhan with 2 outs in the inning, but unfortunately could not keep the rally going there as Talbot got her third Renaissance Bank strikeout of the game to end the inning. That pitch fouled off for strike 2. AC Peavy and Faulkner scheduled up. Awaiting the 0-2 pitch. This one fouled right back at us, and we'll sit at 0-2. Remind you, baseball will be getting started in about 30 minutes down in Summit. You can watch that one on go.smccbears.tv. 0-2 pitch. And, just outside, not by a lot. Looked like that was going to be a good one to ring her up on there. Cliff kind of walking that one off and with a laugh as 1-2 now goes the count. One-two pitch. And that one outside. I'm going to try to appeal to see if she went, and Porter's going to ask twice, and no sign whatsoever from the first base umpire. And now he's going to say she did not go. So in other words, he didn't know. And I'm going to agree, though, she didn't go. But that first base umpire, they appealed, and the home plate umpire pointed and pointed again, and he finally said no, she did not go, which, again, like I said, I agree, but I want to be a little bit more for certain on that as we wait the 2-2 pitch. And there's strike 3. The 140th strikeout of the season for Clift. And that is the first out of the inning.
Up to bat number 27, Abby Peavy.
And this will bring Peavy to the plate, the first baseman. She'll dig in with one out and nobody on. Can't hold off on that one. Swing and miss for strike 1. So 0-1 is the count. Cliff's pitch, missing low and outside, 1-1 now. The count, not a bad job to see if you couldn't get her to chase one there, but a good job by Peavy to readjust after that previous swing and hold off on that one to even up the count now at 1-1. That pitch just outside. 2-1 now is the count, and Porter thinking that it would have been a strike call, kind of a little frustrated there, wanting to come out and talk to Clift here. It's one of those that Clift is trying to work that outside corner and gets it sometimes she doesn't. And right now the home plate umpire being consistent both ways, and at the end of the day that's really all you can ask is just consistency from one side to the other, and that's what we've had so far. 2-1 now is the count. As for the meeting just in front of the circle concludes, that's going to be a foul ball. 2-2 now will be the count here on Peavy. She's batting in that 8 spot, playing at first. She'll dig in as Cliff gets set to deliver the pitch. 2-2 pitch in the dirt for a ball. 3-2 now is the count. So waiting this 3-2 offering coming here from Clift. One out and nobody on here. This one fouled back, and we'll redo it again, and that one bounced right back into the glove of Porter off the netting. Matter of fact, she didn't even have to get out of the crouch to get that one that time. So the count will stay full here with one out and nobody on. Peavy versus Clift. Awaiting the pitch. This one fouled back, and we'll do it again, and that was a carbon copy of the last one, as once again Porter just turned around, grabbed the ball off the net, and zipped it right back to Clift, who will toe the rubber now and set to deliver this 3-2 pitch. Good at bat going here. 3-2 offering. Grounder, and it's going to get by, and it's actually going to hit off the foot of the umpire And that's going to be a break for the Indians. Had that one not hit off the umpire, would have probably gotten down and kept rolling for a double. The umpire did try to jump out of the way and just caught that one off the foot. So a break there for ICC as that will hold that to only a single. Nice at bat there by Peavy. Fouled off a few pitches to keep the AB alive. And looks like we may have a runner coming in this situation here for Southwest. And we'll see who this is going to be if we can get a number coming in. This is going to be number 6 coming in to run for Peavy. This is Gabby Carr coming in to run.
Pinch runner on first base for Southwest, number 6, Gabriella Carr.
Carr has stolen 4 bases this year.
Up the bat.
And so they will send her in to run here in the top of the 3rd inning. And this will be Faulkner coming to the plate. Faulkner batting .310 on the season. 9 hits, 2 doubles. Shows bunt, pops it up, and it's going to go foul for strike 1. Tried a little surprise bunt there as Indians couldn't quite get shifted quick enough. Faulkner has struck out 11 times this season. She does have 1 home run to go with those 2 doubles and 4 RBI as well. 0-1 is the count. Faulkner batting in the 9 spot, then we'll send it back up top to Wilkes. Leading things off today. Swinging and a miss, strike 2. 0-2 now is the count here to Faulkner. There is 1 out here in the inning with a runner at first after that single by Peavy. And then it was Carr coming in to run for her, so she's at first base right now. That one just a bit high. 1-2 now is the count. Yeah, not a bad spot to miss. If she would have made contact, probably just would have fouled that one off. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 1 out, and a runner at first. Swinging and a miss for strike 3. Another clutch strikeout there, 3rd of the game for Clift. And now we'll spin it back up to the top of the lineup here in Wilkes. Wilkes will dig in. She popped out, or excuse me, flew out to right on a long running catch out there by Graham in right field. There's a hard hit ball. Shands finds it, gathers herself, throws it over, and a nice job there once again, not panicking as that ball was hit hard. Was able to hold on and get the out. 5-3 for those of you scoring at home as we'll move to the bottom of the 3rd. It'll be the 9-1-2 batters. Whitfield, Nichols, and McKnight due up for the Indians. Back with more right after this on the ICC Sports Network.
Join us for Chop Day at ICC on April 24th at Eaton Field for a day filled with great food, exciting football, and community fun. From 11 a.m. to 1 p.m., enjoy a variety of food trucks at the Crane Pavilion with the first 200 students eating for free. Then, starting at 6 p.m., Butch Lambert Stadium opens with a free kids zone, concessions, and Chick-fil-A available for purchase. At 6:30, catch the ICC football team scrimmage, followed by Chop Like It's Hot, an on-field dance party featuring DJ Cole from 7:30 to 9 p.m. That's Chop Day at Itawamba Community College, April 24th.
When injury knocks you out, Orthopedic Institute of North Mississippi will be there for you every step of the way. We are here to get you back in the game, back in motion, back to your life. Our elite team of orthopedic specialists will work side by side with you, educating you about your treatment plan, utilizing advanced technology, and providing you with a successful path to recovery. Orthopedic Institute of North Mississippi. We will get you back.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, as we move now to the bottom of the 3rd inning. ICC and Southwest still scoreless here in Game 1. Whitfield, Nichols, and McKnight due up here for the Indians in the bottom half of the 3rd inning.
Off the bat, number 2, Jenna Whitfield.
We mentioned baseball will be getting fired up a little bit. About 20 minutes down at Summit. We'll be keeping an eye on both games today. A couple of wins, and Coach Rick Collier will hit his 700th win as head coach of the Indians. So a sweep down there will be a special moment for Coach Collier. Whitfield, she is batting in that 9 spot. Swings on the first pitch, fouls it back for strike 1. Whitfield batting .275 on the year. She does have 11 hits, 1 double. She has walked 6 times. So she will come back with a 1-0 count, fouls this one back. 0-2 now. So no balls, 2 strikes, and no outs as Whitfield will start us off here in the bottom of the 3rd. Oh, 2 pitch. Good eye there as that one high for a ball. Not a bad spot to miss. See if you couldn't get it to chase one out of the zone. 1-2 now is the count. Talbot still in the circle here. Wanting to go back through the signs. 1-2 pitch. That one goes high. 2-2 now is the count here to Whitfield. So now the count goes 2-2, no outs. Whitfield starting us off here in the bottom of the 3rd inning. Scoreless contest here in game 1. And that pitch up high and outside. Now the count goes full at 3-2. Nice job by Jenna. Falling behind 0-2, being patient and forcing the count to go full here. So 3-2 pitch coming from Talbot. This one's fouled off. Good job there by Whitfield to find a piece of that pitch that was running inside there. Going to be one of those borderline pitches we've seen today. The umpire is, I mean, I'm not complaining, but I would quote Steve Diffie, kind of consistently inconsistent on that inner outer corners, but he's been that way for both teams, and that's really all you can ask at the end of the day. So that pitch high, and Whitfield, a nice at bat, finds a way to earn the walk. And we'll flip it back to the top of the lineup now in Lakin Nichols. So Nichols will dig in with a runner at first and nobody out here. We're in the bottom of the 3rd inning. By Bank Oklahoma, keys to victory today were timely hits. So we'll see if the Indians can possibly start to string some of those together here in the bottom of the 3rd. Break open this scoreless contest. Ball gets away and Whitfield will head to second. On the wild pitch. That pitch was high. The catcher had to spring up to try to get it. And so now Whitfield in scoring position here for the Indians. Nichols would love to advance her, see if she can put the bat on the ball and maybe even push her home here, as Whitfield does have good speed. Shows bunt, pulls back, but they're still going to call it a strike. 1-1 now is the count here to Nichols. Lakeland does have 9 RBIs on the season. Be a great time to pick up number 10 here if possible. Looks at that pitch, ball gets away. Runner's going to go again, and she will get to 3rd without an issue. That one gets away, and now the runner goes to 3rd, and looks like we'll have a little bit of a conversation now in the mound. So this meeting in the mound will take a break as it's being brought to you by Guaranteed Bank here in Fulton.
Guaranteed Bank, formerly known as First American National Bank, is a proud supporter of ICC athletics. Visit gbtonline.com. Guaranteed Bank, we're more than a bank, we're a community.
Join us for Chop Day at ICC on April 24th at Eaton Field for a day filled with great food, exciting football, and community fun. From 11 a.m. to 1 p.m., enjoy a variety of food trucks at the Crane Pavilion with the first 200 students eating for free. Then, starting at 6 p.m., Butch Lambert Stadium opens with a free kids zone, concessions, and Chick-fil-A available for purchase. At 6:30, catch the ICC football team scrimmage, followed by Chop Like It's Hot, an on-field dance party featuring DJ Cole from 7:30 to 9 p.m. That's Chop Day at Itawamba Community College, April 24th.
Welcome back. No changes made there. Just a quick meeting in the circle for Southwest to try to get everybody back on the same page. A couple of wild pitches and has put a runner in 3rd here for ICC. 2-1 is the count. That pitch paints the corner for a strike. 2-2 now is the count here to Lakeland Nichols. One of the best opportunities either team has had today in pushing across a run in this situation. It's a runner on third with no outs here in the bottom of the third inning. 2-2 pitch, hit hard. They're going to come home with it, and she's not in time. And then they're going to get Nichols at second. But the run does score for ICC is just a little too aggressive on the bags there, so that'll be a fielder's choice for Nichols to reach on. She does get the RBI, and Whitfield will score. And so ICC does get the run in there as the throw was not in time. And so now this will be McKnight coming to the plate. And McKnight takes that first pitch for a strike. So there is one out in the inning. ICC takes advantage of a couple of, I should say, a wild pitch and a pass ball to get a runner in scoring position after Whitfield walked, and she was able to score. Is that pitch missing for a ball? 1-1 now is the count. Well, we said timely hits. Well, it wasn't a hit. She did reach on a fielder's choice, but got that timely bunt laid down, just perfect enough for Whitfield to scamper home. As that pitch goes high now, 2-1 is the count. 2 balls, 1 strike, and 1 out here in the bottom of the third inning. Indians up in this one 1-0 here in the bottom of the third. Shows bunt, does try to follow through with it. It was also a strike on the pitch. 2-2 now is the count. So 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. Nobody on here for the Indians. They lead it 1-0. This one popped up. It's going to get out of play over the third base dugout. So we will sit at 2-2 once again here with 1 out in the inning. So winning the 2-2 pitch. There's a grounder, but nice job there by Talbot to find it. McKnight tried to slide in to beat the throw, but couldn't do so. And so a nice job defending her position that time by Talbot to get out number 2. And now this will bring Porter to the plate. She walked, but was left stranded in her last at bat. So she'll try to spark a 2-out rally here for the Indians. They have scored 1. So Maddie will dig in. That pitch missing low and outside for a ball. Again, absolute beautiful day for softball here in Fulton. If you're watching right now within driving distance, we do encourage you to come out. Admission is free here on Alumni Day. As 1-0 is the count. 2 away and nobody on here for the Indians. Shows bunt, pulls back, takes that pitch high. 2-0 now is the count. So 2-0 the count. That one just missing. Looked pretty good there. The umpire didn't like it. I guess he said it was up and a little bit too outside for his liking. So now the count goes 3-0 here to Porter. 3-0 pitch, taking the whole way that time, in there for a strike. 3-1 now is the count. 3 balls, 1 strike, and 2 outs. That is the situation here on Porter. And that one called a strike. Nice job there by Talbot to come back and get a strike at the knees forcing the count to go full after falling behind 3-0 here. So a big pitch coming up for Talbot, trying to find the exit here after the Indians have put one run on the board. ICC trying to spark a 2-out rally. We'll see who will win this battle here. Talbot set to deliver. And they're going to call it strike 3 on the outer edge. And Porter not happy with that one, as she don't feel like she's been getting that call for her pitcher today, and the umpire rings her up looking at that one. But ICC does score 1 run on no hits, 1 walk, and nobody left on. We've played 3, and ICC leads it 1-0. We'll take a break and be back with more right after this.
They say Diet Coke is a mom's drink. Well, you copied her jeans, her spin, her shoes, her scrunchie, and whether you realize it or not, her music. Now, copy her drink. Drink what your mama gave you.
Hey, honey, could you help me with this? Today tastes like staying in. And it never tasted this good.
When injury knocks you out, Orthopedic Institute of North Mississippi will be there for you every step of the way. We are here to get you back in the game, back in motion, back to your life. Our elite team of orthopedic specialists will work side by side with you, educating you about your treatment plan, utilizing advanced technology, and providing you with a successful path to recovery. Orthopedic Institute of North Mississippi. We will get you back.
Guaranty Bank, formerly known as First American National Bank, is a proud supporter of ICC athletics. Visit gbtonline.com. Guaranty Bank, we're more than a bank, we're a community.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, as we head now to the 4th inning. ICC leading this one 1-0. As Cliff's first pitch across for a strike. This is the 2-3-4 batters due up. Gillian, Leggett, and Talbot for Southwest. Should be getting close to that Guaranteed Bank opening pitch in baseball here in a moment. Pitch missing low for a ball. 1-1 now is the count here to Gillian. She grounded out to third. And her only at bat so far here in the contest. Goes to that pitch missing low and outside for a ball. 2-1 now is the count. Well, for some reason there we go. I was going to say my count would not update. As that pitch runs inside for the corner for a strike. 2-2 now is the count. 2 balls, 2 strikes, nobody out, nobody on, as Gillian starting us off here. And they're going to say she went. Yes, she did. Another Renaissance Bank strikeout there. The 4th of the game for Clift. And now with 1 out, this will bring Leggett to the plate. We'll keep it wide for a second as I'm going to try to update the starters in baseball for those watching on or keeping up on the Twitters. That pitch across for a strike. This is Leggett. She grounded out to the pitcher to end the first inning. So that pitch runs in high for a ball. That pitch called a strike. 1-2 now is the count as Clift really starting to settle in and find her zone here. So Clift getting set to deliver the 1-2 pitch here. This one lifted. Right fielder will go over and just take a few steps to get underneath it for out number 2. So 2 away now here in the top of the 4th inning. And ICC leading this one 1-0. And this should bring Talbot. And it will be Talbot coming to the plate. She's trying to help her own cause here with a base hit. And she flew out to center to start the 2nd. And her only at bat. Looks at that pitch, and they're going to appeal down to first. And this time, the no delay by the first base umpire. It took him probably a solid 8 count to say that she did not go last time. This time, he was ready for it, said she did not go, and I agree. 1-0 pitch coming here from Clift. Swing and a miss for strike 1. We do welcome those that are watching in favor of Southwest today. Appreciate everyone that's tuned in. I got family down in that part of the world. Liberty is where they are from. As this pitch popped up, right fielder's chasing over and will make the play. Back-to-back putouts there by Graham, and ICC gets the 3-up, 3-down inning as we'll head to the bottom of the 4th. When we come back, we'll be joined by former ICC head softball coach Andy Kirk as he joins us in the broadcast booth. Back with more right after this.
When injury knocks you out, Orthopedic Institute of North Mississippi will be there for you every step of the way. We are here to get you back in the game, back in motion, back to your life. Our elite team of orthopedic specialists will work side by side with you, educating you about your treatment plan, utilizing advanced technology, and providing you with a successful path to recovery. Orthopedic Institute of North Mississippi. We will get you back.
They say Diet Coke is a mom's drink. Well, you copied her jeans, her spin, her shoes, her scrunchie, and whether you realize it or not, her music. Now, copy her drink. Drink what your mama gave you.
Today tastes like staying in. And it never tasted this good.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, as we're joined now in the ICC Alumni Association and Foundation broadcast booth by the man that the field's named after, Coach Andy Kirk, joining us here. And Coach Kirk, Alumni Day, I know had a chance to go out there and see some former players and former assistant coach and Kerry Simmons here, and always a special day here at the ballpark.
It sure is. It's great weather, 2 good teams right here getting after it, and we always like seeing our alumni come back on campus.
This is Marlar who's going to start us off here in the bottom of the 4th inning. ICC leading this one 1-0 after a walk to Whitfield, a wild pitch and a pass ball got her over to third. Nichols reached on a fielder's choice, and that's where we're sitting right now in your Renaissance Bank scoreboard update. That pitch in there for a strike to Marlar. Coach, today's just one of those pitching battles. You got 2 good pitchers slinging it here this afternoon, and my Bank Oklahoma keys to victories were timely hits. Well, there haven't been a whole lot of hits between these 2 teams, only 1 each. Pops this one up, just missed that one. Foul territory, and the shortstop will make the play after the left fielder called her off, and a little bit of a, I wouldn't say heated discussion, but a little discussion between the 2 players out there for Southwest.
Yeah, not a lot of communication. They was trying to I don't think they were too happy with each other right there. But, yeah, back to your point about the pitching, I mean, you got 2 head coaches that are pitching coaches, do a lot of pitching lessons. So this is about what I expected it was going to be. Coach Johnson's a good pitching instructor down there at Southwest, and, of course, we know.
There's a ground ball to third. Throw over is in time. So Shands, 1 pitch, 1 out, and that's what you like if you're Talbot.
That's exactly right. 1 pitch, 1 out. I mean, both of them are spinning it really well, and looks like it's going to be another high-stakes MACCC down to the wire right here in this game.
So with 2 away now, this is going to be Stegall coming to the plate. She struck out looking in her only appearance so far this afternoon, trying to see if she can spark a 2-out rally here for the Indians. As that pitch runs low for a ball. 1-0 is the count.
Yeah, I was about to say he flinched on that one. He kind of.
I was like, well, he was going to call it, but then actually changed his mind. You know, Andy, I'm going to give you credit, man. Shows that you do listen to our broadcast, because I always talk about our SIDs down at Southwest, and I say, guys like Travis and Michael do a great job for you guys down there at Southwest, and they do. Appreciate those two guys. I know they'll have a great broadcast for us for baseball today, but one thing I always encourage folks to tell them thank you and bring them a Coke as a thank you. Well, when Coach Kurt came in, he brought me a nice ice-cold Coca-Cola, so appreciate that, Coach.
Yeah, I hear you on every broadcast talking. You never get to see those guys unless it's in meetings and stuff, because you're doing our home games, they're doing their home games, depending on what sport it is. So, yeah, I decided to hook you up today. I thought you could use an ice-cold Coke.
Most definitely can, as they're getting started over there on the baseball game. There's going to be a grounder. Shortstop gets it. Throw over is in time by about a half a step for
play.
Out number 3. Yeah, that was a tough play because it was deep in the hole, and Stegall's got pretty decent speed.
She does. She gets down that line quick.
So we played 4 in Fulton. ICC continues to lead it 1-0. We'll take a break and be back with more right after this.
That's what you do, but I just don't know which way to turn. I'm about to dance in my pain.
They say Diet Coke is a mom's drink. Well, you copied her jeans, her spin, her shoes, her scrunchie, and whether you realize it or not, her music. Now, copy her drink. Drink what your mama gave you.
Today tastes like staying in. And it never tasted this good.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, as we shift now to the top of the 5th inning. 1-0, still the lead here for ICC. As was hoping Game Changer would be up and running for us on baseball. Well, it's not, so that's going to make life a little bit more interesting today, trying to keep everything updated. As Cal Brown, he's out at his buddy Ethan's wedding today. As that pitch in there for a strike, 0-2 now. Quickly is the count here to Clements.
Just like coaching the team, you don't know how bad that you miss players until they're gone.
Exactly.
Then you know, that's like Cal being out.
So the 0-2 pitch on its way. That one not a bad spot to miss. Nobody on, and a pitch to burn, if you will. There 1-2 now is the count here to Clements. Clements, Ladner, and AC scheduled up. We've got Coach Andy Kurt joining us here in the ICC Alumni Association and Foundation broadcast booth on Alumni Day as that ball fouled out. And, Coach, it's one of those, it's unfortunate, I say it's unfortunate. I mean, don't get me wrong, I love my job. I love doing the broadcast. But unfortunately, I'm in here, a lot of those alumni out there. But I know when you talk to a few of them, it's got to spark some special memories.
It sure does. There's so many different memories from each team. It's so different.
This pitch popped up. It also get out of play as you see some of the alumni there that kind of just snuck into the side of the camera.
Yeah, that like you said, start the game, you never know what you're going to see. It's always going to be something different in this story for this game, and it will be for Game 2 as well. But, yeah, for every season, it's a different story that's written by those teams and stuff, and all of them are special.
1-2 pitch coming here from Clift, and just outside. And Porter, I knew she was going to get up shaking her head because that's what he called her on strike 3 a while ago, looking at. And I tell you, Maddie is not someone to hide her frustrations behind the plate. As
she had a reason to be on that one, too.
2-2 pitch, and this one fouled off. And we'll stay at 2-2.
And, of course, Maddie's from D'Iberville. She's on down near the coast, but she's on the other side of the state from Southwest. But I'm sure she's familiar with several of these players, just like all programs in this state. We got players from every different region, every different program now.
2-2 pitch, and it's fouled off. will stay at 2-2. Well, Andy, that's one thing that really was a major change in all sports whenever it went from the protected list to the your district you could pull from to the entire state. It's been a game changer.
It sure has. I'm a seasoned coach, I guess, old enough to where that when I interviewed for the job, it still had the protected list and had it for about 4 months. And that was that October that I was hired that they made the decision.
There's a grounder to the shortstop. Duhan zips it across and in time.
Nice play. Just by a step right there. She got rid of it, transferred it quick to get it to first base.
Well, that was a good job by Shams. Looked like Shams was going to try to force the play, but last second kind of pulled up knowing that her momentum would not give her the opportunity to make the throw. And Duhan came in and cleaned it up there. And so now with one out, this will bring Ladner to the plate.
That's exactly right. That you want your third baseman to cut that ball off, but she was going to be stretched out so far she was going to be off balance to try to field it and then turn to throw.
This is going to be a line shot, but it's going to go foul for strike one here on Ladner.
I tell you, with these two teams, we're getting down to where I was looking at some stuff yesterday. Southwest is, counting this game, has got 10 conference games remaining, and ICC has 8. Both of them are tied with 11 losses coming into conference. That's what you kind of, coaches, we look at the losses column because wins will fluctuate because, like we said, we're 2 games ahead of them as far as playing with that bye date that everybody gets now. And
you're gonna get a few words from the fans, and you're also going to get Coach to come out here and talk to Cliff. But I think it's going to be one of those where he's going to take the opportunity to try to calm his pitcher down here. And if looks can kill, that home plate umpire would be on the ground right now after that glare that Cliff just gave him.
Yeah, I don't think he's in any hurry to go out to the circle to break up this meeting at all because he knows that's probably what he's going to hear. But, when you got a pitcher like Cliff that all year, and this guy's been behind the plate already here a couple of times, that she stays around the plate.
Yeah.
Most of the time they get the benefit of the doubt. And sometimes you do have umpires who see a pitcher too many times. They get a little critical. I had that conversation with our assignment secretary. We had some come through at different times. I said, I don't mind them being here, but don't let them call game 1 every time that we're throwing the same pitcher. Make them call game 2 behind the plate sometimes so that they see a different arm because they do get a little critical because they're expecting her to hit her spots every time. And sometimes you're just not as sharp, but it can make a difference back there, especially you got 2 good pitchers right here that are filling up the zone, and he's being a little tight on them.
He is, and as Steve Diffie likes to say, even if they're consistently inconsistent, you just want some form of consistency, and he has been that way today.
That's exactly right. That's a good way to put it.
So I've got it at 1-1 the count here. As this is hit hard, but right to the right fielder for the out, for out number 2. Nice job there by Cliff to kind of just settle down, come back, and find the out.
Is that Graham in right field?
That is. She's played well out there today.
She has. She did not get too excited on that ball. She just held her ground because that ball was kind of slicing, going like it does off most right-handers. It'll tail towards the right field line, and she did a good job of just letting the ball do its thing and not overreacting and stayed right where she was at to make the catch.
That was her 5th put out of the game, so she has been busy out there in right field. This one popped up. Trouble. Duhan's going to go back and make the play. Nice there by Ella to stretch that one out. Coach, that was not an easy play at all.
That was not at all. And the left fielder, I could see Jory was talking to her, letting her know that she was safe to keep going to go get it because she was not going to make it to that ball. It's a great communication between shortstop and left field there.
Well, Coach, let's keep it here. Just have a little bit of a conversation, if you will. Talk about the Alumni Day and how important it is to have alumni that are still active, whether it be, just watching, coming to games, or like Coco, driving all the way from Chattanooga to come support the team.
I'm telling you, there's so many people that have invested so much time, money, blood, sweat, tears, everything between the parents and their the other grandparents, cousins, aunts. We have a lot of them that always got on the broadcast. That's why ICC softball, we talked about it for many years, was one of the had the most viewership, or right there behind football with viewership of we just had people that still they're into every game, even if like Coco hasn't played here in over 10 years, and she's still coming and making the effort to be here, which is tremendous. And I remember having that conversation when we started, and we were trying to do fundraising. It wasn't going very good those first couple of years, and I was talking to Coach Collier with baseball, and I'm like, y'all are 30 years ahead of us. With Coach Cressup and all those old guys that are older guys who now have their own businesses, their own careers, and they're donating money back, and they go ask for money, and it'd just be, here you go, take this. And I was like, I don't have that alumni yet, but now we're getting to that point where we do have so many successful people who are able to give back either with their time or their money or both to the program, and that's just going to keep this program going sky high as we move forward with Coach Owens and Coach Munson and them through this first year, and the rest, hopefully they're here a long time for us.
Yes. So it'll be Duhan, Graham, and Whitfield scheduled up here in the bottom of the fifth. Duhan doubled but was left stranded back in the second, and she takes that first pitch across for a strike. 0-1 is the count. Oh, what is it, Andy? Say a name and they appear. Well, look at here.
Yeah.
Coco in the house. As they're going to get a hit pitch, or hit by pitch there. So it'll be the second time that she has reached today. And so she will be hit by a pitch. Look, it kind of got her on the elbow there as she's kind of trying to shake it off. We'll see if they might send in a runner in this situation.
One thing difference in baseball and softball, you see some softball players wear some protection, but not near like baseball. Some of them are almost like catching gear up there. They got shin guards and elbow guards and wrist guards and then the flap over their helmets and stuff. It's hard to even get a ball to them. But I'm glad I'm up here now that we got Coco Courtney coming in here, because I can rip her mic out if I need to, or cover it up if she starts on any stories about me.
That's very true.
That first year that she was on the team and stuff.
And so with the runner on first now and no outs, ICC would love to get something going here. Then we'll go with McClendon. McClendon lays down the bunt. It will advance the runner over in time. That one just a little bit too hard off the bat, but it is a sacrifice bunt being brought to you by the ICC Baptist Students Union as it successfully gets the runner over to second with now one out in the inning. And Andy, I said it, my Bank Oklahoma keys to victory today is going to be timely hits, and this could be one of those coming up big here for the Indians. Only one out in the inning and a runner in scoring position.
That's exactly right, and Coach Owens saw that with Duhan at first. He went ahead and bunted, and she got a great jump and read the ball down to get to second base, because it was bunted a little hard, but pitcher had no chance of getting her forced at second. So, yes, looking for that timely hit right here to try to extend that lead if we can.
This is Whitfield at the plate. She fell behind 0-2 in her last at-bat. Eventually was able to draw the walk. A wild pitch and a pass ball got her over to third, and she was able to score on a fielder's choice. Swing and a miss, strike two. 0-2 now is the count. Oh, bad news for the Indians. They loaded the bases in baseball in the top of the first, but couldn't get any runs across. So Indians struggle there in that top of the first. That's going on down at Southwest.
That's tough. The positive is if you load the bases in the first, that means the starter's pitch count probably got up pretty good.
Very true.
You are disappointed that you didn't scratch anything across, but you did get to see a lot of pitches. So hopefully that'll get the starter out sooner and lead to more hits their second time through the batting order.
So Talbot will get set to toe the circle here. And swing and a miss. Big-time Renaissance Bank strikeout there of Talbot to get the second out of the inning. And now we go to the top part of the lineup here in Lakin Nichols. She reached on a fielder's choice. Got a little aggressive on the bases. It was thrown out in her last at-bat, but she did get that RBI. She'd love to find a second RBI on the day here. With 2 outs in the inning, ICC up in this one, 1-0. That pitch across for strike one. Well, right on cue, Coach, we're talking about all those people that listen or watch. Just got a text message from Buddy Wayne saying good memories when he looks back down memory lane. Of course, Buddy Wayne, longtime PA announcer here for the softball team, and appreciate Buddy and all that he did for the program as well.
Yes, and he listens to baseball, softball, every sport broadcast.
Yes.
I've heard from him several times when you guys were going to the national tournament with the girls basketball team of left me in Upton, which was dangerous to do baseball and softball that weekend. But Buddy Wayne was checking in with us. He's always been a big part, and I think this one sitting beside us might even have a few stories in Buddy Wayne when she was here.
Yeah, we'll bring Courtney in on us in the exchange of the inning here so we can get her headset set up. But that could be dangerous as that pitch missing low and outside for a ball. Southwest fans wanting it for a strike. And as we said, that corner just has not been consistent today. And, well, consistently inconsistent would be the correct word to say, as now the count goes 2-2 here to Nichols. Lakin sends one over to the third base, throw across the way, a little low, dropped it, and she's safe.
She sure did. Low throw, and it looked like she almost had her glove turned the wrong way. Wouldn't decide if she wanted to do palm up or palm down, and she went down, and the ball kept tailing down, and it hit right in the palm of her glove and rolled out. That's a good call by the umpire. Now you got speed on first base, speed at home plate. You can run a first and third, 2 out, try to steal a run right here. Of course, with McKnight, she's going to put pressure on the defense anyway. It's a big gap in left center field. It's wide open over the shortstop right here.
Yeah, so if she can get something just hit hard past the shortstop, we could be running for days here. So that error puts runners on the corners here for the Indians with 2 outs. Shows bunt, called a strike, and Nichols will head over to second.
Yeah, Southwest just conceded second base there. They didn't even have anybody to cover. They were staying defensively, trying to play for the hit. So good job of Coach Owens getting 2 runners in scoring position. So now they're going to throw it across to get McKnight out.
Well, Coach Owens want to call time in this situation here and just make sure everybody's on the same page in this situation. We talked about, Andy, this is a big moment in the ball game right now. 1-0 with 2 outs is a 0-1 count here to McKnight. You got a runner at third. You want to at least get that one home somehow. But if you can find a way to get a hit here and get both of those homes, it could be huge because this has been quite the pitcher's duel today.
It sure has. And Southwest is down to their last 6 outs offensively. Their coach, Coach Johnson there, he snuck in a free timeout with us calling the offensive timeout. He didn't cross the white line and was able to give some instruction to his infield defense and his pitcher right there. So that's how important that this at-bat right here is.
So 0-1 is the count with 2 outs. McKnight at the plate. You've got Duhan at third, Nichols at second. She's got plenty of speed if something can get down to the outfield to score 2 runs here. McKnight awaits the pitch. Fouls it off. Will go 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes, and 2 outs. McKnight struck out in her first at bat, grounded out to the pitcher in her second. Looking to redeem herself here with a hit.
Yep, she's going to fight right here with these 2 strikes. Pitcher's got a lot of options. She just got to put pressure on the defense, make them make a play right here. Just put the ball in play somehow.
And she does. It's going to drop. 1 run's going to score. They're going to ask 2, and they do. Clutch hit there by McKnight.
Yeah, so you're not throwing Nichols out at home. They shouldn't even try to think about getting her at home plate. So anything that was hit that was getting to the grass, she's scoring with Lakeland's speed, and then McKnight doing an awesome job to get in scoring position herself.
Great job there. She will advance on the throw, but she does drive in those 2 runs. Huge hit there by Jory McKnight. With a 2-out single advance on the throw, she does drive in 2 as that error looms large now for Southwest, and ICC leads it 3-0. Still 2 outs in the inning, so the Indians would like to see if they can spark a little bit of a 2-out rally here, as this is Porter at the plate, takes that first pitch for a ball. 1-0 is the count. She's 0 for 1 today on a strikeout, a questionable strikeout in her last at bat. She did walk, but was left stranded back in the first. That pitch missing low for a ball.
When you got 2 pitchers that are spinning it and moving around as good as these 2 are, I mean, 2-out hits are just even more magnified to get those. That was huge for McKnight to get on top of that ball with the 0-2 count, especially to get something in the grass.
That pitch high now, 3-0. After to apologize to Coach McGregor, she just said you almost woke up MK from her nap with all that excitement. Look, Millie Kay's my best friend in the world, so I don't want to wake her up from a nap.
Yeah, that could be dangerous. And, Gore gets a little excited on these broadcasts, and we enjoy it, too, because when he's excited, that means good things are happening for the Indians.
That pitch across for a strike, 3-1 now is the count.
Still a hitter's count right here. She can pick, middle in, middle away, look for a pitch right here. She likes something she can drive. The outfield's playing pretty straight up, not too deep. for the power that she has.
She does lead the team with doubles with 16 on the season. And that one's going to be called a strike. She thought it was ball 4, so she will have to come back in this situation. And that's the second time we've seen that happen today. But right now, if you're Porter, just stay focused here.
Yep. She's was working her in and then missed one up, and then she's going back-to-back curveballs on the outside half. So, I mean, you just got to look for it again. I would, if she knows she's frustrated, let it get deep and hit to right side.
Jammed her that time. It is going to foul off and go back here in the party section where our alumni are gathered today. Is Alumni Day. We'll talk with one of our favorite alum coming up in the next inning, and Courtney Dawson. You know, there's a TV show called Everybody Loves Raymond. Well, when Courtney was here, it would have been called Everybody Loves Coco.
That's exactly right.
So with 2 outs now and a runner at second, Porter with a 3-2 count. Looks at that one, and she does draw the walk, and they also steal on the situation there. So heads-up job by the Indians, getting runners on the corners once again.
Yeah, that was a great job at McKnight, taking off on a 3-2 count. She wasn't forced to steal, but she got a great jump, and they had no chance throwing her out. So now you're back in that first and third situation with great speed at third, really good speed at first, and you're one of your top RBI people that you want at the plate. So we'd like to get Porter in scoring position if we can here to drive in 2.
And this is somebody that's due right now in A.B. Marlar. She did have a home run against East Mississippi, and she is 0 for 2 today. So we'll see if she can come up with a clutch 2-out hit here to extend this lead. And that's what happens when you're kind of struggling to plate, Andy. You'll chase some pitches like that.
That's exactly right. Just trying to do too much, instead of just staying within herself, because she is a great hitter, and let the ball travel and find that they're playing her. Left fielder's on the line over here. There's a big gap out in left center field, and center fielder is playing really shallow for her power.
That ball gets away, but the new net will allow that one to bounce right back to the catcher. Good job by McKnight to recognize that and quickly scamper back to third before getting herself in a pickle.
Yeah, the new net's almost like having a pitchback, if anybody knows what a pitchback is, where you throw a ball into it and you're out there by yourself and it rebounds and comes back at you, or like the rebounder in basketball, same thing. That's what that net is. It just comes right back to the catcher right now, unless it just, hits the ground first. It's not going.
This one hit high and hard, but it's going to pull it foul. Boy, that one sounded really good off the bat, and afraid it's kind of close to where Coco and I parked. So hopefully no damage done there to our vehicles.
I'm telling you, we talk about the foul balls in baseball getting vehicles, but we've seen some here this year that have really gotten out towards the parking lot and behind the third base dugout. I've seen more this year than many years.
So 1-2 now is the count here to Marlar. Runners at second and third. ICC trying to pick up some insurance runs.
A hitter.
And that's going to smart, as AB did not like that one. She tosses the bat towards the first base dugout.
Probably going to get a runner right here at first base, too. This is, like you said, every run's critical. Yep, there's
that is
Green.
It looks like it's going to be Green coming in to run here for ICC. And now it looks like they're going to try to argue to see if it maybe come off the end of the bat.
Yeah, I believe Coach Johnson for Southwest is asking for him to, at least see if either of the other 2 umpires saw something different.
And he yelled at the third base umpire because he didn't go gather with the meeting, and he just looked at him and shook his head and said, "I'm not going. I wasn't in position to see it."
Yeah, he's behind the hitter, so he doesn't have any idea. He's blocked by her back. If it caught arm, leg, anything, he does not have any idea. So that's good that he stayed out of it.
So Green will come in to run here in place of Marlar. Bases are loaded. ICC fans, we do want to remind you, when you're getting ready to load your plate, just like the bases are right now, you can stop by and make the right call and visit Sam's Town Market in Manatee. Sam Ferris and the crew proud to sponsor ICC Athletics here on the ICC Sports Network.
Man, you talking about some good steaks, pork chops, corn nuggets. I shouldn't say it too loud because he might sell out. I'm one of his biggest buyers of those. I'm instructed every time I'm in this area to pick up 2 bags by Miss Dana.
And of course, what Miss Dana says, Andy does.
How'd you know that?
I'm a smart man because what Miss Dana says, Adam does. So bases loaded here for Shands. She swings on the first pitch and fouls it off for strike 1. And this is somebody right here that's got deceiving power at the plate that if she can square one up could really, really swing things in the way of the Indians here.
She does, and she's had a great freshman year for us this year of really barreling up the ball. So a lot of people will wonder, why do you put a runner in at first base? The reason is to put pressure on those middle infielders for that force out at second base, make it a little bit tougher with more speed there.
That pitch high for a ball. 1-1 now is the count. Is 2 outs in the inning here. Bases are loaded. ICC has picked up a pair of insurance runs here in the bottom of the inning, trying to find some more. Talbot trying to work her way out of the jam here. 1-1 pitch. This one ripped and just fouled down the line. That's what we talked about, able to get that barrel on the ball. That was a good barreled bat there, just a little bit ahead of it.
It was. Now we see why there. Southwest must have decided they're going to pitch her inside, and that's why that left fielder is hugging that left field foul line there. And center fielder, they're not playing together because she's playing on the right side of second base instead of playing towards the help the left fielder outside.
Normally, if you have that shift, they're going to shift with you out there, but maybe they're just leaving it open for us here for a double to the gap.
Anything gets through those outfielders, Green can score from first base.
That pitch high for a ball. 2-2 now is the count. Bases loaded for the Indians here. In the bottom of the fifth, they lead it 3-0 in game one here against Southwest.
Yeah, all the runners are pushing off right here, trying to get to that next base on any contact with 2 outs and 2 strikes. Any swing, they're moving.
That 2-2 pitch hangs up outside. Now the count goes full. No place to put her here. ICC will take a free pass in this situation.
Yep, and now the runners will all be in motion on the pitch, so they'll actually get a head start right here. So anything gets to the grass, definitely going to score 2 runs.
So waiting the 3-2 offering here from Talbot. Shands at the plate, fouls it back, and we'll do it all over again.
All I needed was a glove. I was ready to play some banana ball there.
So that one's coming right back to you. That's one thing. There is a little bit of a gap, so if one of them does get up and have a kind of a quick, sharp turn back, I'm not going to say it's going to be impossible, but highly improbable to get back here to us. But if it does, I really hope this glass is strong.
I do too, because I will definitely probably be jumping out of the way. I'm not going to test it out.
So we'll go back to a full count. Pitch here to Shands. And Shands draws the walk, and ICC will add another run.
Great at bat right there.
Yes, indeed. Good job being patient. Most people in that situation want to come up with a big-time hit, get them across, score them any way possible here, and look like we may have a new batter coming in this situation for the Indians.
And that's exactly where you want to be going for Southwest, only having 2 at-bats left as you have pushed it now to a 4-run lead. So they'll have to hit a grand slam to tie you. You know, and anything 4 runs or more is where you want to be in the lead going these last 2 innings.
Looks like this is going to be Zoe Goodman coming into bat here in place of Stegall. Zoe usually catches game 2 here for the Indians, so she'll be getting her first action of the day. And looks like we may have a little bit of break in the action here as well, as we'll have a slow stroll to the circle. Let's take a break here from Guaranteed Bank and be back with more right after this.
Guaranteed Bank, formerly known as First American National Bank, is a proud supporter of ICC athletics. Visit gbtonline.com. Guaranteed Bank, we're more than a bank, we're a community.
Join us for Chop Day at ICC on April 24th at Eaton Field for a day filled with great food, exciting football, and community fun. From 11 a.m. to 1 p.m., enjoy a variety of food trucks at the Crane Pavilion with the first 200 students eating for free. Then, starting at 6 p.m., Butch Lambert Stadium opens with a free kids zone, concessions, and Chick-fil-A available for purchase. At 6:30, catch the ICC football team scrimmage, followed by Chop Like It's Hot, an on-field dance party featuring DJ Cole from 7:30 to 9 p.m. That's Chop Day at Itawamba Community College, April 24th.
At Little Caesars, get a large 2-topping pizza for only $5.99 when you order online. Wait, did I just say $5.99? Get out of here! This pizza's only $5.99? No way! This is $5.99? You're joshing me. You're saying this pizza perfection is only $5.99? Well, you're crazy for this. Hey, pirate, get your hook off my $5.99 pizza! Choose a large 2-topping pizza for the unbelievable price of $5.99 when you order online. Only $5.99? What?
Pizza, pizza.
Guaranteed Bank, formerly known as First American National Bank, is a proud supporter of ICC athletics. Visit gbtonline.com. Guaranteed Bank, We're more than a bank, we're a community.
Welcome back as we do have a call to the bullpen being brought to you by Guaranteed Bank. New pitcher in the game is Allie Ladner. She comes in with a 5.53 ERA, 2-7 on the season. This will be her 18th appearance. She does not have any saves on the year. She's pitched 62 innings, giving up 71 hits, 67 runs, 49 of those earned. She has walked 34, struck out 63 on the season. Those stats being brought to you by the Orthopedic Institute of North Mississippi, helping you get back in the game. Visit OINMS.com.
Yeah, with Ladner coming in as being the DP, Coach Johnson was telling the umpires that they're going with straight 9 because she will be in the lineup right here as a position player, but also still hitting in her same spot in the offensive lineup.
So this is Goodman at the dish. Takes that first pitch low and inside for a ball. 1-0 is the count. Bases loaded here for the Indians. Once again, ICC fans, bases loaded. When you want to load your plate, just like the bases are right now, no better place to start than Samstown Market in Manatee. Goodman looks at that pitch high for a ball. 2-0 now is the count. Tough position for Ladner to come in.
It sure is. Bases loaded, 2 outs, and she knows she got those strikes, but don't want to lay anything in, down the middle where another hit's going to really blow this game open.
2-0 pitch, and that one's low. 3-0 now is the count. Well, most definitely the red light to be on here for Goodman. It looks like Southwest already sending somebody towards the pin to possibly start getting loose. And it's going to be a walk, and ICC will add another run, and the Indians for sure will take that one.
Yeah, that looks like number 2, Sky Sharp, going to the bullpen. She's usually their game 2 pitcher most of the season. She's usually the starter, so
that is the 4th run of the inning pushed across there by the Indians, and that was a big one, as now it makes it 5-0. So, you're looking at that sense now a grand slam really can't do much damage to you. You could have to be a grand slam +1 in this situation, as ICC sending in a runner, as this is going to be Neely Hold'em coming in to run in place of, I believe that's Shands, who's coming in to run for it second. So Hold'em will come in, put a little bit more speed out there as well.
Exactly right. Yep. There's every run is critical right here to keep extending this lead, especially when you got your ace in the circle with Cliff doing really well. And this has been a long inning, so you're hoping she's staying loose and staying warm while she's in the dugout.
And that's going to be a hit batter, so ICC will get another run across. That's another big break there for the Indians, as Duhan, for the second time this inning, actually.
That's what I was thinking. She just got hit to start this thing out a while ago. Yeah.
And so that scored another run. So ICC is batted around +2 now with Graham. Graham did not bat. It was McClendon who came in with a bunt in that situation. As that pitch missing low for a ball. 2 outs. Bases still loaded here for the Indians as they've pushed across 5 so far here in the bottom of the 5th. 1-0 pitch, and that one up high. 2-0 now is the count.
Defensively, this is where it always makes you a little nervous when the bases are loading. You got to slap her up, and you got to play them up in your outfield, but a hard ground ball gets to the infield. If it's not hit right at an outfielder, you could give up a lot of runs.
That one finally finds the zone there. 2-1 now is the count. So now if you're Ladner, you know where that strike zone is. You feel good throwing that strike. Come back and attack here.
Yeah, that umpire sits right up on the inside. He's not giving anything away, but he's giving something on the inside going, ooh.
That one gets away. The run is going to try to score, and she will. And then the other 2 runners will advance in that situation.
That ball went behind her.
And they're trying to say if it was a dead ball to see if it hit her. The run scored either way, and so now they're going to come out. I don't believe it hit her.
Yeah, I don't believe it hit her. It went. The only one that could help the umpire behind home plate's the guy at second base, but that ball went smooth right behind her, and then the catcher kind of hesitated. The pitcher hesitated getting there to cover.
So looking at that Little Caesars instant replay, it did not hit her. As if it would have, she would have had a major reaction because it would have caught her on that unprotected elbow on the backside. So good job by the umpires to come back and talk that one over and get the call right.
And good job by Hodem at third base running there, because that ball did hit the screen and it came right back to the catcher. But the catcher probably, if she had to do over, probably would have caught it and then tried to sprint back to home plate to tag her instead of waiting on the pitcher to get there.
That one clips that outer edge for a strike. 2-2 now is the count with 2 outs. What a great 2-out rally here for the Indians.
Yeah, most of the time, you hear a lot of baseball, softball coaches talk about that games are won and lost in one inning, that you'll usually outscore your opponent in that one inning more runs than they'll score the whole game for you to get the victory. And I mean, 6 runs is a huge inning in softball.
I'm looking at those. Yeah. I'm looking at maybe 5 of the 6 coming with 2 outs in the inning.
2 outs, yes.
So the 3-2 pitch. And they're going to call that one on the outer edge, and that will end the inning, but not before the Indians hang 6 on the board to take a 7-0 lead here after 5 complete. When we come back, we'll be joined by Courtney Dawson here in the ICC Alumni Association and Foundation broadcast booth. Back with more right after this.
Another great Saturday of college football.
You're always pushing yourself. There's no time to rest. You keep moving forward. The only thing better than your last accomplishment is your next.
What's next? What's next?
What's next?
So, Allie, what's next?
I guess we'll see.
Find a bank that's as excited about your future as you are. A bank that asks,
what's next?
Renaissance Bank. Understanding you.
Join us for Chop Day at ICC on April 24th at Eaton Field for a day filled with great food, exciting football, and community fun. From 11 a.m. to 1 p.m., enjoy a variety of food trucks at the Crane Pavilion with the first 200 students eating for free. Then, starting at 6 p.m., Butch Lambert Stadium opens with a free kids zone, concessions, and Chick-fil-A available for purchase. At 6:30, catch the ICC football team scrimmage, followed by Chop Like It's Hot, an on-field dance party featuring DJ Cole from 7:30 to 9 p.m. That's Chop Day at Itawamba Community College, April 24th.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, as we move now to the top of the 6th inning. ICC with, actually we said 5 of the 6, all 6 runs scored with 2 outs there in the bottom of the 5th inning for ICC to take this 7-0 lead here in Game 1. We're joined in the ICC Alumni Association and Foundation broadcast booth by Courtney Dawson, or she's better known as Coco back in the day. And Courtney, thanks for coming out today.
Absolutely. I'm glad to be here.
We'll get your mic turned up a little bit more there. There we go. Well, Courtney, remind us what years you were here at ICC.
I came in 2010 and played through 2012.
So it was in that transition period between Coach Case and Coach Kirk, and we'll await this first pitch here as Cliff will come in with a 7-0 lead, that first pitch across for a strike. Well, just talk about it. Not close to home. Probably didn't know a lot about Itawamba. So how'd you find out about ICC?
Funny story. So I had been looking at playing at the next level for a while, and it's just so crazy because it actually happened through the Chattanooga, Tennessee newspaper.
Mm-hmm.
Brother
Chris.
Brother Chris, yes sorry.
No, you're good.
Brother Chris had made reached out to the Chattanooga area and had a bulletin put in the Chattanooga paper. And my high school softball coach at the time had told all of us as seniors, hey, Itawamba in Fulton, Mississippi is trying to find some recruits. And so I jumped on it real quick. Mm-hmm. Come down and had a tryout with Coach Case, and at first he told me that there was one position and it was between 2 different people, me and somebody else, and he ended up telling me that I actually had not got it. The girl that had come before me actually took the position, and then for some reason, I guess it was just the good Lord above just, said, well, I guess it's going to be yours instead of hers now. Mm-hmm. So more or less I got signed on and moved in within 2 weeks of signing my scholarship and move-in day. So it was a wild year that year.
Most definitely. And, of course, not an easy trip.
Right, yeah.
To come down here in that short of period. There's a big-time Renaissance Bank strikeout there for the first out of the inning, second time that Faulkner has struck out today, fifth Renaissance Bank strikeout for Cliff. Renaissance Bank, they are the bank that understands you. Find out why by visiting RenaissanceBank.com. Well, once you got here, it all worked. It's kind of one of those God plan type things.
Yes.
Just talk about just the transition from high school being this far away and then just fitting in here.
Yeah. So, I don't know. It was I will say it was very hard my freshman year just because I had no clue who anybody was. I moved away from home. I am a homebody. I love my family, and being away from them was definitely something that I wanted to do. That was an awesome play.
He never showed that she caught it in the air, but she wisely tossed it to second. I'm still waiting for a signal out of the umpire at shortstop. He hasn't said out, safe, or anything.
He just folded his arms.
Yeah, because she tossed it to the shortstop.
Everybody's looking at everybody right now.
Yeah, and he has still not made a move, but I thought it was caught by Whitfield. Let's go back and see if we can see it on the Little Caesars instant replay here. And it's one of those, she caught it. He never signaled, and he also never signaled when they stepped on the bag at second.
Now he's forgot where he's supposed to be at.
I don't know.
That they just traded positions at first base, and he's about to run back over to third.
So I don't know that he knows where he is right now. And
Coach Owens wants to know, how are we supposed to score that? Was that a force out, or was he would prefer to have that runner, the other runner at first base, I can tell you, just speed-wise, I'm sure.
And that's probably what they're going to talk about here. We'll continue to talk about Courtney.
Yeah.
So just continue there. So
transitioning from high school to college was it was hard. A lot more conditioning, a lot more weightlifting, and then of course also being away from home and my family, which was probably the hardest. But that's what I wanted for a long time. I said, I don't want to stay at home. I want to go away. I want to find myself. I want to become more independent. And that's what I did. And I'm telling you, Itawamba is just second home to me. I remember several years ago you had got me interviewed before, and I broke down. I want to break down now, but it's just a little bit different. It's just family, and I love it here. I always feel welcome. I felt welcome from the day one. And it's been a while since I've been able to get back down here, but becoming a wife and now a mom, it's so cool to be able to bring my family down to show them where, I spent 3 years of my life, really. So Itawamba's always going to be family.
And, of course, you talk about the change and the getting used to everything. It didn't take long. You met some great friends here.
Yeah.
You're one of those you were very involved in the BSU, which helped with that, and Brother Chris. And I'll say this, you continue to be, and it was then, just a great person to be around. And so just kind of talk about those friendships you made.
Yeah. I thought she's actually going to try to make it up today. We had sophomore year, we had a freshman come up, Meg Witten. She became a good friend of mine, and we still talk to this day. She had actually wanted to know if I was coming, and I told her but I guess it just didn't happen to work out for her. But and then also my best friend Lindsay Richardson played second base. She is with me pretty much from day one, and she's A1 from day one.
There you go.
And, of course, she's back in Louisiana, got her own family, and I'm hopefully going to make a trip down next month to spend some time with her, have me a good old crawfish bowl.
That's what
I'm about to die for some crawfish.
Yes. So normally Mr. Green's got his out at Walmart, but he's not there today. So he's probably
baseballing. I bet
baseballing or Railroad Festival.
Oh, yeah.
So that's where you're heading.
That's
next,
where
right?
I'm headed next. Yep.
Well, Courtney, what's some of your favorite memories that you can talk about on the air? Let me just say that.
Yeah, I would need to stay rated G, right?
Yes.
Oh man, there's just so many. I mean, good and bad, really. I remember my freshman year had a roommate, started out Sheffield Hall, and next thing I know, come back from Christmas break, and my roommate has just like wiped out all of her stuff, and I'm like, did I do something, you know? And so come to find out, she had actually moved back home and just commuted and quit the softball team and everything. And, you know, good for her that she lived close enough to, you know, be able to do that. But after that, like I said, I moved into Itawamba Hall and spent the rest of my time there and become roommates with Lindsay and
double trouble.
I'll
chime in on that.
Yeah. And then honestly, I really enjoyed bus rides. Bus rides were a lot of fun. I remember there was one year, I think it was our sophomore year, the baseball team and softball team just always had like jokes with each other. And I remember they were on the road. Baseball team was on the road one night, and we decided to all go to Walmart, Dollar Tree. I can't remember where we went, but we got a bunch of saran wrap and went and saran wrapped all of their trucks and cars together because they had, you know, did something to our cars the previous time we went out of town. So, so that was always fun. But yeah, I mean, just like I said, there's so many, and I cherish every one of them. Yeah.
What about the home run?
Oh, yeah, my dad.
Northeast with a temporary fence out there.
Yeah. Well, remember, that was also my first game back from having that injury over summer break from freshman to sophomore year, and come back finally that fall and had my first at bat, first pitch. Hit a grand slam over the fence. Yeah, in that tournament in Baldwin. And yeah, my dad had this red and blue hat. I actually brought it with me, even though he's not here. I brought it with me. And I just remember, you couldn't see, but that hat just bobbing to the outfield to get that ball. And everybody really remembers that. That
Never
moment.
Forget it.
Yeah.
Everybody still talks about that all the time. It's always brought up.
I was talking to Coach Simmons earlier, and I was telling him some things that I still have in my memory box and stuff. I've got all of my home run balls from here, and I have all of those Tomahawk gold pins.
Yes.
And I was telling him that at the time, I can't remember what his last name is, but his name was Andrew, and he was the student athletic trainer that traveled with us.
I know who you're talking about. I can't think of it either.
Yeah, but he was a twin.
Mm-hmm.
He had a brother, twin brother. But we were at Kahoma, and he told me, he said, Courtney, I bet you $1 to hit it over the fence.
Uh-huh.
And sure enough, I hit it over the fence, and I still have that $1.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I said that's got to go in the memory box. So, so yeah, like I said, I literally could not have been blessed with a better place to spend my college days. I really wish that it would have been a 4-year.
Mm-hmm.
It'd been even better, but just getting those 2 years of college experience playing softball and just being at college is just awesome. I know that it's not, you know, a mandatory thing anymore to get a college degree to be able to have a job, but I love it.
So what are you doing now?
I'm a stay-at-home mom.
Okay.
Yeah. Ever since I had Caroline, I've been blessed with a hard-working husband.
Yes, and he's in here with us.
Yeah,
he's
here
dude,
too.
Good dude.
Yeah. He has to make sure that people back home get proof that this is actually happening.
Yes. Now, hey, we can send you a copy of this.
Yeah.
Yes. But no, that was one thing. One of my favorite memories is you talk about your dad.
Yes.
You know, I think it was Ashley Kemp that had the crazy train.
Yes.
Walk-up song, and he would do the yell with it every time.
Yeah.
And it would absolutely terrify everybody from the visiting team. We were used to it.
Right.
But the first time he did it in the game, you would see people just jump up. But you had great family support. And that,
I did.
And it really reflects what we do here at ICC.
Yeah.
As, just a big family here. And,
right.
you guys perfectly reflect that.
Yeah. And talking about Ashley Camp, I mean, we're friends on Facebook.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I'm friends with a bunch of the freshmen that was on the team with me and, Coach Kirk's first time here. And Ashley had actually commented on my post for Dad's birthday back on the 5th, and she said, I think this is the first picture I have seen your dad without his hat on.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah. So yeah, it's pretty cool to know that that's what he's known for. So
I had opposing coaches that would ask, "Who is that guy that's doing that when that music would come on, or when he was going to get your home run balls and stuff like that?" And you knew he was sprinting to them. He was going to get every one of them.
Yeah.
And there was a few times we had to, of course, back then, of course, everybody's budgets were not very good. So if you got a home run ball, we'd have to throw a ball to the other team and give them a ball so we could keep the original ball for you guys and stuff.
Yeah.
So Jenna Whitfield's going to fly out to center to start the inning. It'll be back to the top of the lineup here in Lakeland Nichols. 7-2 after a 2-run double by Leggett in the top half of the inning. Scored PV and Gillian. And to go back on that play, they officially ruled it as a diving catch at second, so the runner did not have to get the force out. So they credited Whitfield for that amazing diving catch at second on the play earlier. That's caught up now here with 7-2 in the bottom of the 6th. We're talking with Courtney Dawson, alumni, former softball player here, and talking about her memories at ICC, at least the ones that we can talk about. And Coach, just you're up. Ask her something about her time here.
Yeah. You talked about a few of your teammates, and you're talking about, of course, you're from Chattanooga. Mm-hmm. How far away is that?
Now that new road that was in construction the whole time I was here at Itawamba, it's finally done from Red Bay to Decatur. It actually has knocked off an hour. So instead of it being almost 4.5, it's now 3.5.
Yeah,
from Dunlap to.
It did take a while on that road.
Yes,
it is super nice that they finished it, but it's listen to you talk about you and Lindsay being your Tennessee, she's Louisiana, and then Meg being Decatur, Alabama. I mean, we're not talking about people that are here in district that they come here and not able to go home every weekend. So you got to go with somebody and go learn what Tupelo's about. And all that. And you get to be part of campus because everybody knows who you are and they know to take care of you if you need something. That's why you're probably able to surround wrap some baseball vehicles because you knew the campus police pretty well for the good reasons, because you saw them in the cafeteria and around campus and everything. But that's the fun part. The people, we talk about this on broadcast all the time of how different sports support each other here on this campus and stuff. And I know we had recruits come into football games and y'all would entertain them and on their visits and stuff. And what was your least favorite thing you would say? Probably the fitness test?
Oh, gosh.
I hear about that from a few people.
Honestly, that was probably the hardest thing because, like I said, where I come from, conditioning and, fitness was not a big deal from my high school. I mean, we did – a couple laps or something, or ran poles if we got in trouble. But that was about it. I mean,
that was the way most high schools were. I mean, that was and you played one game. You'd have a JV game, varsity game. We're here, this game right here is vital. But they're going to have a 30-minute break and turn around and play game too. You got to be ready to concentrate. And I know one of the things I always like to do was to let you guys that first week on campus is to come out and everybody hit and just have the field to the players, and we just sit up here or in the old press box and just kind of supervise so nobody got hurt, but we weren't able to practice you guys just to see that you'd hit a missile into left center field and somebody'd run it down and it'd be like, oh my goodness, this is a different level right here. You got to really smoke one to get past these people are so athletic. There we go.
This one's deep and it's gone. That will do it. A 3-run home run.
Nice hit.
Marlar. She's been looking to break out, and she finally does one there. That's a line drive out to left.
That's 10.
And that's going to do it.
Yeah, it's a three-runner.
It's a 3-run home run, and ICC will win it by the final score of 10-2. We'll keep it here and just give you a chance to kind of end this situation because I know you're ready to go. One thing I always like to do is those positive affirmations.
Mm-hmm.
So say there's a girl at home right now that's thinking, maybe I want to come play at ICC or maybe I want to go to school at ICC.
Right.
From your experience and everything, and I won't make you cry on this one. I know I am.
Don't do that.
But why should somebody pick ICC?
Oh. Yeah. I'm just going to say that you're a person.
Mm-hmm. I'll turn away so you won't. I'll be looking at you, put the pressure on you.
You're not just a number. It's personal. And of course, this is all I know, but because I didn't go anywhere else, but I know that I've had friends from high school that went on to play college and everything, but they don't, to me, they don't have the kind of relationships now, 12, 14 years later that they did while at school. Mm-hmm. The time that they were there. And like right now, I'm literally sitting here with you and Coach Kirk, and how many people can really say that they still have a relationship that says happy birthday, happy anniversary, happy Thanksgiving, Merry Christmas to your college softball coach, It's just, I definitely, and I guess it's more personal for me because this is what I wanted and I put all my heart and soul into it. I know that some people just look at it as just the next level. So yeah, I would definitely encourage them, if there is a young girl sitting at home trying to figure out what she wants to do with her future, ICC is where it's at. I would love to, I would even help the coaches try to get some more girls from my area to come down here and play. Because, it seems far, but it's really not that far. And it's honestly a very easy drive from, the now Chattanooga area. Sure. Yeah, now it is, yes. But no, I honestly, to say it all, it's just, it's very personal. It's family. And you'll have, lifelong friendships, memories that, to me, I don't feel like I'd have anywhere else.
Well, Courtney, I'm going to say this. We're proud that you're a member of the ICC family.
Thank you very much.
And how active you still stay. Still means a lot to me. Everyone's like, today when you message, you're like, hey, is the bookstore going to be open? I was like, unfortunately not. But does that mean you're in town? So kind of your sneaky way of saying, hey, we're here. So we're happy to have you back. Happy to have you part of the family.
Thank you.
We love you and look forward to everything you're able to accomplish in the future.
I love y'all, and I'm happy to be here, and I'll continue to come back.
We'll be back with more of the Renaissance Bank postgame report right after this.
That's what you do, but I just don't know which way to turn. I'm about to dance in my brain.
Join us for Chop Day at ICC on April 24th at Eaton Field for a day filled with great food, exciting football, and community fun. From 11 a.m. to 1 p.m., enjoy a variety of food trucks at the Crane Pavilion with the first 200 students eating for free. Then, starting at 6 p.m., Butch Lambert Stadium opens with a free kids zone, concessions, and Chick-fil-A available for purchase. At 6:30, catch the ICC football team scrimmage, followed by Chop Like It's Hot, an on-field dance party featuring DJ Cole from 7:30 to 9 p.m. That's Chop Day at Itawamba Community College, April 24th.
Another great Saturday of college football.
You're always pushing yourself. There's no time to rest. You keep moving forward. The only thing better than your last accomplishment is your next.
What's next? What's next?
What's next?
So, Allie, what's next?
I guess we'll see.
Find a bank that's as excited about your future as you are. A bank that asks,
what's next?
Renaissance Bank. Understanding you.
Here,
I don't know if I really need to fill that out, but I did anyways.
Another great Saturday of college football.
You're always pushing yourself. There's no time to rest. You keep moving forward. The only thing better than your last accomplishment is your next.
What's next? What's next?
What's next? So, Allie, what's next?
I guess we'll see.
Find a bank that's as excited about your future as you are. A bank that asks,
what's next?
Renaissance Bank. Understanding you.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, as we're wrapping up talking with Courtney. And here comes Miss Caroline. She still don't know what to think about me here, but ICC picked up the 10-2 win here. Coach Kirk, big win there for the Indians in game one.
It sure was. That was a very impressive bottom of the fifth inning. You know, it was a one-run game. Both pitchers were dealing there, and to have score all those 6 runs there with 2 outs, McKnight getting it started there with that big 0-2 2-out hit, 2 RBI hit, and then go up 7-0. It was huge, and then Southwest, to their credit, I mean, they came back and put up a 2 spot there in the top of the 6th, and then ICC, to their credit, gets a runner's on, and you get the right person up there with AB, and she hits a 3-run homer to end it in fashion, and that gives you, game 1 win here, but also that puts you 1 up on the loss column on Southwest, so you still control your own destiny, and if you can go right here and get game 2, then you have the tiebreaker over them. Another team that's right there with you as you're battling to get into the playoffs, and that's everybody's goal. So that was a great offensive explosion there in the bottom of the 5th, and we like to see that carry over here into game 2 for our Indians.
Most definitely. 10-2, your final score here in game 1. We'll be back in about 30 minutes with game 2 here from Fulton right after this.